Number 13, Stephanie Pack. Number 4, Lisa Dickerson. Number 12, Kristen Ballard. Number 5, Jasmine Garrett. Number 22, Maria Lawson. Number 29, Emily Spring. Number 25, Kelly Horton. Number 14, Katie Heath. Number 15, Mary Beth Russell. And now for the starting lineup, number 2, Tiffany Golden. Number 3, Lee Hagan. Number 6, Paige Cochran. Number 11, Lindsay Alba. Number 28, Paige Marito. Number 29, Emily Strange Libero. Number 8, Evan Burke. Coach are Henry Lucy, assisted by Marty Steffelsman. Central Rugby team is advised for the district final spot tomorrow night here at Central Hardon at 7 p.m.
All right, we go right into the action after the introductions with the teams. We've already had the playing of the national anthem in the first game, so they will not do that again on the second game. We've got Ivan Knut up in the catbird seat with Judy Walden down below. Back on line, we've got Sharon Allen and also John Peterman. Playing for the Bulldogs, Candace Hilton, Regina Lewis, the big powerhouse, Becky Koshat, Danielle Singer, Chelsea Kelly, Christina Karoulis, Jessica Stevenson. Now for the E-Town Panthers, Tiffany Goldman, Lee Hagan, Paige Cochran, Bevan Birch, Lindsay Allback, Paige Melito, and Emily Strange. Now Paige Melito is not just a simple volleyball player, also an outstanding athlete and a tremendous player for E-Town, but she's also a beauty queen. She won a beauty contest last week in Southern Kentucky. And I'm sorry I don't have the exact title, but well deserved. So, she's multi-talented. Back to serve, starting it out. Bevan Birch almost gets an ace, but E-Town picks up point number 1. Bevan Birch still back up to serve. Going over. Nice kill there by Lindsay Allback. I was watching the practice of these two teams, and boy, Paige Melito seemed to be on, and so did several of the other players in E-Town. So John Harton's going to have their work cut out for him. This is Dick Thornton calling the game for you, and enjoyed the first action, which was, boy, jam-packed with action. All back up again. Popped over by Christina Karoulis. All back up for another shot. Boom. All back up. And it's right on the line. Very tricky. Called back over. Becky Koshat. And a little bit of touch went out, though. Candace Hilton trying to get the touch. Outstanding athlete there for the Bulldogs. Just clipped the top of the net, but still went over. And they pick up another point. They go quickly, up 4-0. Nice action there by Lee Hagan. Goes deep there by Hilton. And unable to handle it, Jessica Stevenson into the net. That goes up quickly, 5-0. The Panthers building a lead. Coming in for the Bulldogs will be Ishan Rodriguez. She comes in for Christina Karoulis. Nice serving. Hilson getting up high to the point and going back to serve. That puts it up 5-1. One serving 5. Bulldogs are down. Oh, I don't think that will go in. That'll go 6-1. Back to serve will be, it's going to be Allback serving. Yep. Lindsay Allback. 5'9", and the senior. Beautiful serve. Drop down low. The set. Paige probably looking for the set. She is on. There's a shot. Nice block there by Stevenson. Shoved over. Set for Melito. Boom. Blocked again. Wow. Jessica Stevenson doing a heck of a job with defense on Melito. Looking for the finger roll. And didn't get it. 2 serving 5. Back Chelsea Coleman, my neighbor. Back to serve. Max. Paige Melito blocked again by Regina Lewis. Regina Lewis was really on in practice. I'll tell you what, when she gets up there and starts to sky and starts to pop it over, look out. You don't want any broken fingers. She can hit it. Quickly moving up, 4 serving 6. Coleman doing a good job on the serve. They've got a pretty good lineup in there right now, I think. I'm partial to Big Chelsea. Oops. Little mishandled there by Chelsea Kelly. 2 Chelsea's in. Chelsea goes out. The libero, Becky Koshat, comes in. Lisa Dickerson in. They got a big line. Unable to handle it. Goes up. 5 serving 7. Dickerson is 5'10". She's one of the taller players on the team along with Melito. And she's a junior, so she'll be back here next year. Back to serve, Tiffany Goman for the Panthers. Tiffany fires it over. Great serve. Set up. Out. Bevan Birch. A little too much muscle. Going back to serve will be Chelsea Kelly, number 16. Nice serve. Wow, powerful, powerful. An ace. And Bulldogs going to their tornado whirlwind celebration on the ace. Hope you're getting that shot out there, because watch out for an ace. Get that whirlwind. Pretty interesting. Another good serve. Very good. Set up for Melito. Melito smacks it. Gets the touch, though. Went out, but got the finger touch. They get the point. That goes 8-7. Back to serve will be Melito, and she's a very good server. I don't know. Christy Wells challenging the finger touch, but I was able to see it, too, so... you want to know who it was? Well, there's somebody up front there. Boom! Smack. I'm adding a few Batman. Just dropped. It did go. Did it go out? No. It was a point. 10-7. E-Town. Up. Melito back to serve. Melito bloops it over. Look out. Look out. There we go. It's Regina Lewis. Let me tell you, you do not want to be on the receiving end of one of her kill shots. She has got tremendous power. Batavia Caldwell, take notes. The kind of aggression we've been wanting you to get to. Regina has that kind of hunger to smack the ball back down your throat, and she is very good at it. Calling, Regina says, hey, I don't like this. Get another ball here. I guess they've pumped up that one. Exchanging the ball, Sharon Allen passes it over to Regina Lewis. 9 serving 10. Regina loops it over, up. Lindsay all back. Come on, they need help and didn't get it. That'll be 11-9. E-Town up. Coming in will be Paige Cochran. Paige going back to serve. Paige Cochran, 5'3". There aren't. I think she's the shortest player on the squad, and a senior. Quite a few seniors. 8'4", 5". Leah Hagan pushes it over. Set up a little dink. Didn't work. Set for Hagan. Hagan very close to the net, and trying to pop it over there was Danielle Singer. Didn't work. Danielle Singer and Paige Melito look a little similar to me for some reason. Although Melito's a little taller. Boom. Golly, Leah Hagan smacks it to the point. 13-9. E-Town starting to creep up again, and as they creep up, the Bulldogs creep back. So a lot of seesaw action going on here in the score, which is probably what we expected. As I said, I watched both teams warm up. They looked pretty good in warm up. Back to serve, Paige Cochran. Paige boots it over into the center. Back set. Mack and called in. 14-9. That's another one of those that is pretty close. Pretty close. First game, Central Hardon was able to take it in a nail biter. A couple of decisions by referees caused several of the North Hardon fans to be upset. You know, just a little bit of emotion when they got a timeout called. Fans, you know, sometimes the referees have a rough job. They have to call some of the close ones. Sometimes it just doesn't fall your way, as it did with North. North did a tremendous job. I was talking with a News Enterprise reporter earlier, and he was saying how much improvement they had done. So it was just great. Well, tonight we have Director Dale Mings, who's providing us with the switching that's going on there. We also have Jesse Morton and Eric Carrier, Megan Shoemate, James Lee, and Audrey McKinney. These are all volunteers who are helping with the shooting tonight. Multi-camera shoot-up live. Brought to you live. This is Dick Thornton. You also want to thank our sponsors for tonight: Brandenburg Telecom and R-Cube Printing, Owsley Chiropractic, H&MH Sports Medicine Rehab Services, and E-Town Exterminating. Thank you, folks, for sponsoring tonight and all of our live sports that we've been able to offer. Paige Cochran booms it out, so that was a pretty wise timeout there, I guess. Iced her down a little bit. So we go to 10, serving 14. Back to serve is Aisha Rodriguez. Set up for Hagan. Hagan booming it. Able to save it. Melito over all back. To Hilton. Another set for Hilton. Hilton Just didn't have the height on it. Popped it out. Goes to 15-10. E-Town creeping up now. Bevan Birch. That went out 16-10. E-Town moving up. Birch hits the net. So go back Hilson to get ready to serve. Candace Hilton. She serves. She's way back past the line when she gets ready to serve. Allows her to put a little bit more pepper on the ball and let it drop in correctly. There's a smack by Tiffany Goman over there. Set up all back. Nice save by Hilton. Kicking it over there was Chelsea Kelly for the Bulldogs. It goes up 12-16. Got a couple of fans with their shirts off. E-Town fans. That's some very thick-looking purple, but purple and yellow, spelling EHS on their bare skin. So that's sort of interesting. Maybe you get a shot of that. Set up, all back, up. That I haven't seen Stevenson take a hit yet. She's got some height on her. I think she'd be all back, up. There's Stevenson. She's not getting into position where she can get the good shot. That goes 13-16. Hilson serving. Gets the call from Ivan Kernut. Little dink. Set back up. This for Danielle Singer. Hagen smacking it. Boy, she is really doing a tremendous job. Hagen is only 5'7", and she's playing like she's 5'10". Really skying to get those kill shots. Lindsay Allback serving, 17-13, E-Town up. Whoa. Melito was right there at the net, man. Oh, my goodness. Melito looking for the shot. No, she wasn't in position. Has to just shove it over. Stevenson, get up off the ground. I don't know. She hasn't really got a good hit yet. Hagen gets the kill. Hagen, a great striker. She's doing a tremendous job up there. She is the difference in this game. We'll give her the MVP game one if E-Town's able to win this. That's going to be right on the net. Again, Hagen back up. Hagen making the difference. Tremendous timing, just coming right up in there and popping it. All back. Back to go again. E-Town looking in control of game one. Back set. Went over to Tiffany Goman. Melito up. Melito up. Smack. Nice kill from Melito. Melito looking over to Hagen saying, I want a little piece of this action too. So she's doing it. Timeout. The Bulldogs want to talk it over. John Hardon, Christy Wells, and Samantha Fraser wanting to get this team back into action. It's 2013, so E-Town with a pretty commanding lead right now, but we've seen these leads disappear. I'm a little perplexed of why perhaps Christy Wells isn't playing Regina Lewis more. I'm sure she has her reasons, and there's probably some certain ways maybe she's trying to bring her out and then bring her back in a certain key spot or perhaps or something. Don't want to second guess Christy, but I do know that if Regina Lewis is spiking the ball down on you, you don't want to be anywhere near it. Melito, Hagen, Hagen looking really good. Leah, yes, she's doing a tremendous job. Back to continue to make an effort there is Lindsay Allback. Could have gone out. There's a setup for Melito. No, back nice to over there to Goldman. Back set. Shoving it over, Chelsea Kelly. Hagen. There's a set. Now, I have not seen Stevenson try to get any kind of a kill shot. She can jump. I've watched her on defense. 21-13, E-Town taking a commanding lead right now. I don't know what the thoughts are of the Bulldogs, but I know one thing. They need to gather their wits about them, and maybe they're just looking forward to playing game 2. I don't know. It dribbles over, gets an ace. 20, it should be 22, I thought. 13, maybe I'm wrong. 21-13, okay. A lot of concentration Allback has. No, Tiffany Goldman poorly playing that. She realizes it too. 14-22. Coming in will be Chelsea Coleman for Jessica Stevenson. Coleman getting it over. Regina Lewis. Nope, not able to take the set. And Regina Lewis, a little caught off guard there a little bit. Off balance, and it goes up 23-14, and you've got Hagen serving. She's always a pretty good server. Lisa Dickerson in now. Big line in the front. Dickerson at 5'10", the junior. That went long, but did they get the roll? I guess not. 24, this is the game. 24. Out. Oh, they get an ace on that. I thought it went out. 25-14. E-Town looking very good against a very good John Hardon team. They switch sides now. Everybody does the switcheroo. Get ready for game 2. I don't know what E-Town has that history of being on when games need to be on. The Bulldogs, sort of like North Hardin, they haven't been here before, where they're vying for finals and championships. This time they've got a pretty good squad, and they've won some very nice games in the past. We'll have to see if they can come up with game 2. First game, we went to 3 games. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't go to 3 games today, too. John Hardin is going to have to get it together. And Regina Lewis, I've always said, is a key player for the Bulldogs. If they're setting her up and she's able to hit it over with the power and strength that she has, look out, because it is going to break some fingers if you try to get in the way. Has a lot of strength and hitting. I can't think of Hilson's normally a pretty good player. I'm trying to think of what the Bulldogs need to do. They just need to get it together, and they have to be able to block out Hagen, and they have to be able to block out Melito. And both of those players are on. Hagen would get the MVP of Game 1. She was tremendous, playing well above her 5'7", as she is. But she is a senior. She has a lot of experience. She's been playing for many years. I've been able to see her name. And E-Town has a history of winning. And sometimes, if you've been there before, you get that taste in your mouth, and you want to do it again. So we know that the winner of this game will be facing Central Hardon on their home turf. We're at Central Hardon High School Gymnasium. Nice crowd here represented for all the teams. Some of the Fort Knox folks, some of the North Hardon folks have stuck around to see the end of the game. A heartbreaker for them, losing to Central Hardon in a decision by the referees. So sometimes referees got to make a tough call, and they did. We're ready to go. Back to serve will be Candace Hilson. Getting the nod from Cronut. Stevenson getting the point. Jessica Stevenson up there, 1-0. Central goes into the lead. Hilton back to serve. Nice serve, gets an ace. Nobody touched it. They go into that tornado routine, celebrating the ace. Hilton back, 2-0. That would have gone out. Matter of fact, some of the teams called it there. Goldman hitting it over. Set up. Nice shot there by Chelsea Kelly. Quickly going up 3-0. The entire squad for the point. Bulldogs just jumped off their chairs. Showing a lot of team spirit. Hilton back on a mini roll. He got lucky last time. Would have gone out. And that goes out again. 4-0. Well, I've never seen anybody serve out. So that's probably not going to happen. But Hilton doing a good job so far. Pops in. Gets an ace. There goes the whirlwind. I'll add the sound effect. 5-0. Hilton could make history here and serve out. Never seen it happen. She would not only get the MVP, but we'd have to give her some kind of gold award or something. Hilton popping it over, looking for a set. Gets it to Goldman. Scoop, got to go over, and does. Melito needs a set here. There it is. Melito gets the set. Just exactly what she needed. Coming in will be a little more height. Elisa Dickerson comes in to add to the height of Melito. And also Tiffany Goman's out there, the smaller of those three. Stevenson lets it roll right past her fingers. Two serving 5. That was like butter on a finger. Leah Hagan smacking it over. Over to Dickerson. Dickerson up. Dickerson hits it. Unable to handle. It'll be 3 serving 5. E-Town moving back up. They are relentless. Hagan back to serve. Having to do a great dig on that. There's a set for Dickerson. Dickerson smacks it for the win. Gets the kill. Hagan back. 4 serving 5. Beautiful serve. Almost 2 points by Chelsea Kelly. We'd have to get her a pizza or something, but that didn't happen. Tie score. Hagan doing an outstanding job here in Game 2. Is she going to be the MVP of Game 2 as well? Little shovel over. Melito having to scoop it over. Looking for a set. Tiffany Goman adding too much power. Regina Lewis coming in. Also, Chelsea Coleman coming in. For the Bulldogs, Chelsea will go back and serve. Chelsea's mom, Sandy, I'm sure, is up in the stage. Maybe her grandmother might be here, too. I don't know if she's here. I haven't been able to spot them in the stands, but I'm sure they're here. Going over in two. Hagen, very tricky. Ties it up 6-6. Tiffany Goman back to serve, 5'6", a senior. Well, they saved that one, and it was out. Peterson calls it out. 7-6, Singer back to serve. Danielle Singer. Danielle popping it over. It's right close. Unable to play it there was Bevan Birch. And Bevan running into the net. Just too close to the net for her to play. Danielle Singer, 8-6. Bulldogs with the lead. I don't know what happened there with Chelsea Kelly. She sort of started for it and then let it fall. This is the time to lay out and get a few floor burns. That was probably out, but anyway, played it. Unable to get it across. Christina Carullis. That ties it up, 8-8. And Paige Melito back to serve. And it's right on the tape. Regina just misjudges the battle there. Of course, Alyssa Dickerson was right opposite her. I'd say Dickerson and Lewis are about the same height. Coming in will be Aishan Rodriguez, taking the place of Christina Carullis. Melito serving, set, and power. She also needs to get up there and block the shot. Got to go over, and Singer puts it over. Hagen. And trying to smack it in was Paige Cochran, but that didn't work. I say Paige Cochran. I think that was Bevan Birch, my fault on that. Back serving is Chelsea Kelly. Goes long. It'll be 9 serving 10. Back to serve, Paige Cochran, 5'3", a senior. That would have been right on the line. It was a good play there. Hilton shovels it over. D-Town, all back, getting it over. Got to play. Hilton gets it back over. Looking for a set. Not getting it. All back gets it over. Hilton backs it over to Singer. Quick two going over with Cochran. Look out. Again, Regina is powerful, but she's got to be close to the net. That time she wasn't as close, so she had to compensate and ended up kicking it out. There's a set for Regina. It's not a very good one. She still gets the point. It'll be 10 serving 11. Panthers up by 1. Jessica Stevenson coming in for Coleman. Leah Hagen, I don't know if she took her eyes off that or what, but totally fumbled it. That ties it up 11-11. Regina Lewis back to serve, and she's got some power on her serve as well. All back, giving it over. Singer to Hilton. Oh, a little one-handed fist action there. Actually went into the net. That's what some of the fans are yelling. Regina saving it. Stevenson going up for it. Hilton, too, at the same time. Oh, boy, nice try there. Both Regina Lewis and Chelsea Kelly trying to lay out there and get it in, but unable to handle it. Goes up 12-11. Back to serve, Bevan Birch. Melito getting it over. Hilton with a hit. Oh, and almost a beautiful dig there by Leah Hagan, unable to get it across. It'll go back to Ishan Rodriguez. Ishan smacks it over. Nice serve. That would have gone out. Hilton. Melito. Set up. All back. Gets the kill. Hilton moves it over. Cochran. Melito. Back set. Stevenson. Oh, boy, that would have gone out for sure. Hilton looking for some angle. Goldman. Fight there between Singer and Melito. Melito popping it. Melito, Singer. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. But Melito saves it. Gets it over. Looking for two. Oh, difficult. That's still within play. Melito's going to take it in. There's a set. Stevenson. Maybe time for Jessica Stevenson to work on her upward mobility. Leah Hagan back to serve for E-Town. (14-12). Hagan smacks it over. Nice serve. Stevenson getting it over. Melito has to adjust there. Not a very good set for her. Hilton. Both teams playing very well right now. Nice dig there. Hilton, no. She was a little bit out of her comfort zone there. That goes up Hagan. Back to serve for E-Town. Judy Waldron, one of the referees, is over checking on some things with the scoring table. That's what the holdup is. Dave Brusky, the head coach for E-Town, gets up, goes over, checks with the scoring table, asks a few questions. Walden is going over to talk to Ivan Canute, up in the catbird seat. So I don't know what this is all about. Maybe somebody's playing and out of order or something along those lines. Probably trying to establish exactly what kind of call this should be. It's sort of, the players are warm and everything. It's cooled them down a little bit. Maybe they can use a breather, but sometimes you like to stay warm and supple when you're playing. And in this case, this kind of a delay might cause you to chill a little bit, and you have to go back and get warm again to start playing. So we don't know what Judy Walden is talking to Ivan Canute about. but they're both gesticulating left and right, having a lengthy discussion. So I don't know what's going to be the upshot of that. We also want to thank our students, Jesse Morton, Eric Carrier, Megan Shoemake, James Lee, and Andre McKinney helping out tonight in this shoot. This is Dick Thornton calling the game for you tonight. Having a lot of fun. Boy, the first game was packed with thrills. Very exciting. North played their heart out, lost in a nail-biter, and there was lots of tears with North because they were very close to going into the finals. Very, very close. Just a call here and there would have put them there. So, you know, as they say, that's the way the ball bounces, and it's a shame for them, but they did play outstanding volleyball. So Central feels pretty lucky. Walden has called the coaches over into the center to discuss something with him. Christy Wells and Dave Brusky over there trying to find out exactly what's going on. And the explanation is directed more at Christy Wells than Coach Brusky, but now she's now linesman John Peterson going over to talk to Canute. So a lengthy delay here in some kind of a technicality that's gone on. Brusky asked for it to be explained to him, and Walden is going through an explanation with him as well. I want to thank at this time we've got a little bit of a break here. I want to thank Brandenburg Telecom for bringing you this live action here. And also thank RQ Printing, Owsley Chiropractic, HMH Sports Medicine Rehab Services, E-Town Experimenting for bringing you all the live action that we've been able to bring you. There's not too many schools in the state, I don't know of any, that bring live sports action to your living room. So we especially want to thank Gina Ryan, the director of Hardin County Educational and Community Television, for working it out with Brandenburg Telecom to provide this action for you. Tell you what, it hasn't hurt too many fans. They didn't want to stay home watching television. They wanted to see it here live, so that's what's going on. Got a lot of fans going on. E-Town usually has a large contingent, and they're not disappointing us. They have a big contingent here. Some students with their shirts off with a pretty sickly purple. Right it is, it's purple and gold with EHS spelled across their chest. Adding a little bit of excitement there, and kind of fan action that we get to see in some of the big leagues. You know, people painting their faces and sometimes painting their chest. Lots of times you see guys with their shirts off and it's 32 degrees. Nuts though, right? Nobody wants to do that. Tonight, we have a cold front coming through, and it's supposed to get down into the 40s, I think, tomorrow night, and we're getting into weather that's going to provide us with some action. Well, Candace Hilson gets ready after whatever this was. We have a timeout with Brusky, who also wants to talk about it again. Marty Stuffelbeam asking for a little bit of information about that because, and Marty has a lot of coaching background. He has coached and refereed volleyball before, so. And his daughter, Colleen Stuffelbeam, played last year while he also did some refereeing. So here we go. Candace Hilson starts the action. But Danielle Singer knocks it out. That gives it to 15-13, and Leah Hagan back to serve. Singer. Over to Melito. Oh, little one-hand action there. Nice reflexes by Chelsea Kelly. Not enough to keep it in play. 16-13. Hagen. Hagen, again, providing excellent serving and play throughout these games. Over to Melito. Melito, I don't think that came back. I don't know. I thought Melito played it twice, but could be wrong. Hagen, check that. That was Dickerson getting up high. 17-13. The Panthers moving up into game 2. Hagen again powering it over. She's doing a tremendous job. There's a bad set there by Tiffany Goldman. Dickerson totally unable to handle it. That goes to Chelsea Coleman. Back to serve. 14 serving 17. Coleman looping it over. Melito up and kill. That was just perfect for her. 18-14. I think I can smell E-Town. Can smell it. Yes. The game 2 victory. They're looking to move on, get into the final. The Bulldogs have to get it together here. Start setting Regina Lewis up. Regina up. Singer up with the block. Chelsea Kelly moving it over. Dickerson up. 5'9" height. Nice little move there by Aishan Rodriguez. Getting it back over. And that puts it up 15 serving 18 with Singer back to serve. Danielle Singer. Nice serve by Singer. Put the E-Town squad off a little. Here's a serve set by Regina. Regina unable to get into a position really to get that kill shot that she's good at. Here's a set. Set for Regina. Regina still unable to get the good set that she needs. They got to set her right. Here's a good one. That's going to be it. Boom. And the game in. (16) Serving 18. Singer back. Can the Bulldogs come back? They are. They're coming back. That was deep serve. Throws E-Town off a little bit. Here's a set. Set for Regina. Regina dinks it. Still able to handle it all back. Gets it back over. Set for Regina. Regina up. Kill. Melito still has her fingers. But that goes up to 17 serving 18. Danielle Singer on a roll. Boom. Nice serve. Little back set. Goes over Regina. Uh-oh. And E-Town causes a net that goes high. Oh, my goodness. Here I was saying sniff, sniff, sniff. It looked like E-Town could smell no game 3, and now it's looking, oh, nice shot there. I think that was by Lindsay Allback over there for E-Town. Breaks it 19-18. The points now become very, very critical. Paige Melito, the kind of person you want back there serving at this time of the game. Rodriguez has to scoop. Set, good set. Boom, there you go. That's what we're looking for. Dickerson. Lewis. Get out of the way. Freight train. Holy smoke. Oh, there's a nice for you. There goes the Bulldogs whirlwind. Bulldogs up 20-19. Back serving Chelsea Kelly. Holy smokes. Who'd have thunk it? They did. Oh, Kelly serves it very long. Coming in will be Paige Cochran to go back and serve. Dickerson out. Next back set, Regina Lewis almost loses her footing. Over there. Oh, boy. All back. Did you get that? Coming in, Jessica Stevenson for Coleman. Regina Lewis back to serve. 21-20. Regina loops it over. Set for Hagen. Nice save there by Hilton. Singer over to Stevenson. Stevenson, it's going to go over. We're all back. Set to Hilton. Hilton gets the blip. Hilton, back set over to Stevenson. Kill, my God. That was Hagen shooting that thing, man. She is tough, tough, tough. Look out. Nice save by Lewis. Beautiful save. Hilton shoves it back in the corner. Gets the corner. Goes up 22-20. The Bulldogs saying, no, no, no. The game is not over. Lewis back to serve. It's the bloop. Coming over there, Hagen with the smack. Regina rolling down there, trying for the dig. Becky Koshat comes in, playing the libero position and back part of the court. Serving, it's Bevan Birch. Stevenson palms it over. That could have gone long. Hilton trying for another corner. Stevenson. Oh, Singer playing it sitting down. Little dink shot. All back. Nice dink for all back. Beautiful play. Nice touch. Tie score 22-22. You don't need any nails now because nobody's got any left. Stevenson. And calling a palm over there. Point goes over to the Bulldogs. 23-22. It's time for Ashawn Rodriguez to become the hero. Set for Goman. Hilton. Hagen. MVP. Nice little position there by Hilton. Hagen saves it amazingly. Hilton getting up. Stevenson. Hagen. Nice one hand there by Hilton. Back set over to Goman. Goman gets it. It goes to another tie. 23-23. Ooh. Pins and needles time, folks. 23-23. Oh, my goodness gracious. I see a lot of people nervous action, holding their hands, pulling their socks up. There's some people on edge right now. Lindsay Allback ready to serve. Hilton trying for a position. Little dink. Oh, nice. That was Paige Melito providing that little dink, causing the Bulldogs to be out of sorts. This could be it, but timeout called by the Bulldogs. 24-23. 1 point away, E-Town, to go into the finals. winning the first game decidedly by 25-14. But the Bulldogs hanging on there just like a Bulldog. Well, I'll tell you what, they might get down, but then they come back. They can't get a lead. Then E-Town comes back. Ties the score several times. This has been a tremendous match. And I don't know what's going to happen. That's what's exciting about this. We just don't know. But I know one thing. E-Town is 1 point away from going to the final. And believe you me, they do not want a game 3. Allback serving for the match. She would like an ace, wouldn't she, on this one? Gotta go over. Oh, into the net. Chelsea Kelly goes into the net, 25-23. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs will not be going to the finals. E-Town will be going to the finals. Both teams playing a very good game. E-Town winning the first game 25-14 and the second game 25-23. A hard-fought match for both sides. Some tears for the Bulldogs. Obviously, they would like to have gone to the finals. Weren't able to do it this time, but they played some excellent games during this time. Well, this is Dick Thornton. Enjoyed it. I hope you did, because we had a great time here. I'll be seeing you tomorrow for the championship with E-Town versus Central Hardon at 7 o'clock.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dick Thornton at Central Hardon High School. Tonight, the championship between the Elizabethtown Panthers and the Central Hardon High School Bruins. It's volleyball, district volleyball championship. The teams are getting ready to practice their serving, and after that, we will have introductional lineups, and then we will begin the game. Well, the teams have had some exciting games already in order to get here. Probably the E-Towns was maybe a little bit less spectacular than some others. First, North Hardon High School beat the Fort Knox Eagles and earned a game last night with the Central Hardon Bruins. The Bruins easily took game 1. And then things looked like it was going to shape up in game 2, and actually there was a couple of controversial calls by the referees. Referees are always having to make some tough calls. And in that case, those critical calls late in the game gave Central Hardin the match, and that put them here. E-Town had to play a very tough, and I just want to say something about North Hardin in that first game, because they played a heck of a game, nothing to hang their heads down about, played very hard, and a lot of the team was in tears afterwards. They do not have a history of being in the finals, and it would have been an opportunity for them. That was rare, but they weren't able to get here. Maybe next year they'll have a better team and be able to be here in the final. Anyway, E-Town then played John Hardin, beat them in straight sets. It was a very close match for a while, but E-Town sort of took off on the first one, and it was a little closer in the second game. But anyway, John Hardin has been sort of a spoiler during the year, beat both Central and E-Town. So that was probably a little bit of surprise, the ease that the E-Town seemed to have it. Watching the practices here, and it certainly seems Paige Melito is in right form. She's ready to uncork. We're going to have introduction of the players, and then we'll have the national anthem. I will try to repeat the players as they're introduced so that you'll be able to hear that, and then probably go over the lineup again as we begin this championship game. At the end of this game, stay tuned. We're going to have introduction of the all-district tournament teams, and of course that will feature players from even some of those teams who have lost and aren't here. Hopefully they're here to accept that accolade, because some of them did an outstanding job. But the Panthers are a powerhouse in the district, and Central Hardin is about to go into the possibility of winning 5 straight district championships, so we have to call that a legacy. So we're about ready to have the introductions, and I will go ahead, when they give the starting lineup, they'll always introduce the first, the people who aren't starting first, and then they'll introduce the starters.
As the energy level in this gym is reaching maximum height. Tonight's match is officiated by John Peterson, referee, Ivan Kernuth, umpire.
Introducing the referees, Sharon Allen, John Peterson, Ivan Kernuth, and Judy Walden. As I said, a little bit of a controversy there between Central and North. Even some fans got a little hostile. The fans have to just chill out a little bit, because sometimes the referees have to make some different kinds of...
Number 12, Kristen
The people being introduced right now will not be the starters. I'll go over the starters' names again.
Number 22, Maria Lawson. Number 25, Kelly Morgan. Number 14, Katie Lee. Number 15, Mary Beth Russell. And now for the starting lineup. Number 2, Tiffany Goldman.
Tiffany Goldman, number 2.
Number 3, Leah Hagan.
Number 3, Leah Hagan, who actually was
Number 6,
my vote for MVP of the games they played together. Number 6, Paige Cochran.
Number 11,
Shortest player on the
Lindsay
team.
Allback.
Number 11, Lindsay
Number
Allback.
28, Paige Malito.
Number 28, Paige Melito.
Number 29, Emily Strange.
Number 29, Emily Strange.
Number 8,
Playing
Bevan
the
Burke.
Barrow. And number 8, Bevan Burke. There you have the starting lineup for the Littletown Panthers. Now we'll go back to the introduction of the Central Hardin Bruins.
And now for the Central Hardin Lady Bruins. Number 6, Stephanie Reed. Number 11,
As the non-starters are introduced, I noticed the Fort Knox coaches sitting next to me, getting ready to watch the game here. I appreciate the effort of the finalists in this district championship.
Brittany Parhesta. Number 25, Stacy McCordy.
Central Hardin has
Number
the home team
27,
advantage. This is
Lauren
their gym.
Marcus.
So they're going to be
Now for the starting
excited about
lineup.
going
Number 2, Kelly Peters.
on. Number 2,
Libero.
Kelly Peters is the playing the
Number
libero
10,
position.
Ronnie Perillo.
Number 10, Ronnie Cirillo.
Number 13, Liz Mobley.
Number 21, Liz Mobley.
Kelsey Vilwa.
Number 15, Kelsey Vilwa.
Number 16, Jamie Hayes.
Number 16, Jamie
Number
Hayes.
19, Megan Kelly.
Number 17,
Number
Megan
23,
Kelly.
Amanda Thomas.
Number 23, Amanda
And
Thomas.
Number 35,
Number
Kendra Miller.
35, Kendra Miller. Amanda Thomas, one of the standouts. We'll stay
Send the rest
tuned
of
here.
both teams as they extend their play.
We'll have the national
Represent the
anthem,
best
and
of the 15th
usually Central Hardin, I think Mr. McCorney from the Central Hardin team will sing the national anthem.
By Miss Casey McCoy.
Stacey McCorney providing the beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Both teams ready to go. Tonight we have Gina Ryan as a director. We have the student director, Austin Brown from Central Hardin High School. Sean Gaddy will be technical director, Central Hardin High School senior. Kristen Felix will be a John Hardin High School freshman. Desiree Duncan, John Hardin High School freshman. Ron Ortiz is scheduled to be announcer, but he's not here. That's okay. No problem. Ashley Barboza, Central Hardin High School junior, and Jesse Warner, John Hardin High School sophomore. So thank you, Gina, and the students who are here volunteering. This is Dick Thornton. I'll be calling the game for you. We also want to thank our sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, RQ Printing, Owsley Chiropractic, HMH Sports, Medicine, Rehab Services, and E-Town Exterminate. Thank you so much for being able to bring this live in person, right into your living room as it happens. We've got a lively crowd here, as I mentioned before. We also have some visiting coaches that are here, and we'll probably have a few of the players who are going to be on the all-tournament team who've been notified they've been selected. So, quickly back to serve will be Lindsay Allback. Lindsay played a very good game earlier against the John Hardin Bulldogs, and she's one of the outstanding players. Up there, Amanda Thomas gets it in the far left corner for the first point. They are the home team, and it's 1-0. It'll go back, come back over to Jamie Hayes, who will serve for the Bruins. It should be noted here that the Amanda Thomas, I was watching in practice, she is really on. She's looking very good. That was not a good, an excellent little dink shot there by Tiffany Goldman. Just bloops it right across from the front line and drops it in. Coming in will be Melissa Dickerson for Paige Cochran for the Panthers. And Dickerson has some height on her. She's listed as 5'10", and I think she's a little taller than that. That quickly puts up the Panthers 2-1 in this championship district match. Serving is Leah Hagan, who, in my estimation, was the MVP of the match. That goes on the line, lifted in by Sharon Allen. Leah Hagan is just an outstanding athlete, and in her previous match with the Bulldogs with John Hardon, she was a standout. Little jump serve there. Looking beautiful, and trying to pop it over there was Megan Kelly, but she found Alyssa Dickerson right in her face and coming right back on her. You've got to watch out. You've got Paige Melito and Alyssa Dickerson in that front line. Might mention that Paige Melito is a Southern Kentucky beauty queen. Last week she got the honor, and she's a very beautiful person, as we know, but now she's been crowned that. So she not only just plays volleyball, but she's a beauty queen. Paige up trying to block it, but nice kill shot there, and doing a good job. I think that was Liz Mobley getting that kill. That makes it 4-2. Panthers are up, so it's 2 serving 4. Back to serve will be Megan Kelly. Megan pops it over, nice serve, and it's an ace. Here goes a little bit of a movement there. That was Bevan Burge unable to handle that for some reason. It was a good serve, but he was in good position, just mishandled. Megan Kelly pops it over. Paige takes it, puts it up for Alyssa Dickerson. Dickerson gets it right where nobody is. Lots of camaraderie going on between the two teams. I think we're going to see a tight game for as many games as we have, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't go to 3 games. But we'll just have to see. Both teams have some momentum going into this, obviously, so see what happens. Tiffany Goldman serving long, called out by Sharon Allen. Up in the catbird seat up there is John Peterson, and Ivan Canute is on the other side, and Judy Walden is one of the linesmen on the far side for this district championship match. Amanda Thomas serving, one of the Central All-Stars. Leah Hagan handling it, set up for Mobley. There's a nice spike by Melito. Got to go over. There's another back set for Melito, and Melito pops it into the corner, gets the point. Goes up 6-4. Melito is a wonderful athlete. It's just a joy to watch her maneuver out there in the court. She's statuesque and skies, and has I don't want to say a mean streak, but when she hits it, she's not trying to pity pat it. She's wanting to smack it over there and cause a little mayhem on the other side. She succeeds in doing that. Melito serving again, brings it up 7-4. E-Town moving up a little bit on the Bruins, and she gets an ace. Amanda Thomas unable to handle it. I'd say Melito and Thomas are probably considered rivals across the way. They're both about the same height. Melito listed as 5'10". Goes over in 2. Set up for, that was Bevan Burge. Set up for Mobley. She fists it over. And Burge finds a hole in the central defense. That goes up 9-4. The E-Town fans, numbering, I'd say, maybe 7,500 people. It's easy. Have a crowd. Central has an equally large number of fans here. And we've got a few fans sitting over here that don't have allegiance to anything. They just came to watch the game, maybe. Timeout called. The coaches want to talk it over a little bit and perhaps ice Melito a little bit. But they want to find out what is the magic to get back in the game. Central down 9-4. As we've been able to tell, with this level of play, it's hard to say that a lead like E-Town's is going to stay. It usually does not. The other team's able to rally. rally, come pretty close. Most of the time, good teams like this are going to seesaw on the lead and tie it several times. So we'll see what happens. We had the E-Town High School boys with their shirts off again. This time they did not use the awful shade of purple, but they've used a very mud shade of purple. Goldman unable to handle that for E-Town. It's now 9-5, goes back over to Central. And back to serve will be coming up 11, Tiffany Allen. There's a little tip back, set up by Thomas, gets over, boom! Power hit by Kelsey Zilwalk, still in play. Set up there for nice hit, and still they continue a nice rally for this, very brave rally. It's right at the net, somebody's going to get it. It's Lindsay Allback, very dangerous play when you have it up there. Lindsay knows what to do with it. Get up there and smack it straight down. Difficult to handle. Coming in will be Paige Cochran for Alyssa Dickerson. And Paige will go back out. Paige Cochran, 5'3", a senior, the smallest person on the team. Is normally a taller person's game, so she's listed as a pretty good server. Nice spike there by Miller. Still saving it, doing a great job. Everybody's hustling, doing a tremendous job. Set up there by Vilwalk. Vilwalk goes up, and they're calling it into the net on Central, giving it a point to the Panthers, 11-5. Paige Cochran, back to serve. Paige drops it low. It was almost difficult to handle. Miller up, gets it big in the face with Allen. They call the point again for the Panthers. It goes up 12-5. Well, here I was talking about Central maybe coming up and tying it. That's not happening. The E-Town Panthers are marching on. There was not a very good set, back set there. And nicely handled there by Goldman, or check that, by Paige Cochran. So Central, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see another timeout. They seem to have lost their coordination for some reason. They need to get Amanda Thomas up there for the front. Vilwalk smacking it over. Still, E-Town with the defense, able to handle it. Gets the touch and the smack by Leah Hagan. Again, Leah Hagan is such a valuable player. She is just an all-around presence for the E-Town squad. I really like watching her play. She does a great job. Paige Cochran, 14-5. Over to Hagan. Scooped up. Thomas takes it, goes deep. It's going to have to hustle for that. They still got it over. The Panthers are really hustling. Vilwalk shot. Does a tremendous job right there. Over to Miller. Here's a set for Hagan. Hagan smacks it. Tiffany Allen went, whoa, where did this cannonball come from? 15, serving 5. It should have been 16. Well, maybe they'll correct that. It's 15-5 right now. Vilwalk pushes it over. Hagan, little dink this time. Mixes it up. Miller pops it low. It goes out. Lots of communication with the E-Town Panther squad. All of them yelling out. And nobody tries to play it. 16-5. Panthers are marching on this one. This does not look good for the home team and the number 1 seed, the Bruins. There's a pop over this time. Miller gets the point. It goes 16-6. Vilwalk goes back to serve. I like to watch Kelsey play too. She does a good job. She's got a nice height on her. Good athleticism and an excellent server. There's a set, not too good for the Panthers. There's a set for Miller. Miller popping it over. She gets it. Melito, unable to give a decent setup there for the front line. It goes back to Kelsey Zilwak. 16-7. Central slowly creeping up on that lead. Power serve. Gosh, that's coming over like a rocket. Hagen smacks it down for the kill. There is Hagen. MVP. I can see that happening at the end of the game. I'll tell you what. She's outstanding. Love to watch her play. Bevenberg back to serve for the Panthers. Smacks it over. Doing a good job. Set for. No. Kendra Miller was sort of off kilter. The set wasn't very good for her. Anyway, Lauren Blocker coming in for Jamie Hayes. Blocker has some height on her, as you can see. So we'll see what happens. I like Lauren Blocker, too. Compare a little bit to Melito. There's a set and a spike. Allen, tip back. Oh, Melito might have wanted to let that go. That goes up 18-8. Coming in will be Brittany Plahetka for Kendra Miller. Kendra going back to serve, or Brittany going back to serve. For Central, 8 serving 18, so they've got a hole they've got to dig it out of. Nice set. Got a fingertip there. Boom! Leah Hagen smacking it. Point goes to Central. 18-9. Allen unable to handle that power punch. Brittany Pletka back to serve. PLA, ATKPKA. Back set for Allen. And she pops it in where nobody is. Central cannot allow anything to go by. They need to lay out. Put their body on some floor burns down there. Miller coming in for Plahetka will get ready to go back in, but the libero comes in, Kelly Peters. Libero has a different color uniform, plays defense only in the backside, and when it's rotation time for her to go front, she'll have to come out. That's the rule on the libero. For those of you who aren't familiar with it. That was Megan Kelly putting it over. There's a set for Allen. Hagen, my fault. Hagen, set up for Melito. Melito pops. They call Central into the net, 29. As I said, a very deep hole for Central to dig out of on this first game. They've let it get away from them. Back to serve will be Lindsay Allback. Lindsay, you know, you watch these players play their pregame strategy of let's see if she does it again. 1, 2, 3, slap. 1, 2, 3, slap. 1, 2, and then she hits it. Pow. You know, it's like getting ready to shoot free throws. You rub your socks or you do something. You know, do the same thing every time. Amanda Thomas. Melito Bob. Thomas upset with herself. Doesn't like to get challenged by Melito and lose, obviously. 21-9. I don't know, but I hear somebody singing in the background. This doesn't look good for the home team, Central. Back set. Move at Hagen. Gets a little dink shot. Oh. Unable to play it off the net. These nets don't have a lot of spring, you know. I think maybe they're probably tightened properly, but they just don't seem to be popping back off. Lindsay Allback, back to serve, 22-9. Nice serve. And unable to handle it in the backfield, there was Zilwak. 23-9. Timeout called by Central. Maybe they're wanting to ice Lindsay, I don't know, but the Eton squad, broad smiles, happy, and we look over at the Central squad and we see serious faces. They're not necessarily down, but they're not very happy, and they shouldn't be. This is a game that we probably thought would be more like, 23-9. Listen, Austin, if you can get a shot of the three students over there that have their shirts off with the paint on them. See them on the far side over there, on the far left side. If you get a chance to get a camera on them, they've worked real hard. Tilt up from there. Not going to be able to do it. We'll get it some other time. They're back over that corner, right above number 11, Lindsay Allback. Lindsay serving. Didn't ice her at all. I don't know. They're going to have to get Amanda Thomas into the game here. Hagen with that nice spike up and over. Melito called for getting over the net. Gives the point to Central. Wholesale changes coming in. We got Jamie Hayes and also Liz Mobley coming in for Central. That's with Tiffany Allen and Lauren Blocker on the bench. Back to serve, Jamie Hayes. Jamie popping it over. The set for Melito. Melito spiked and knocks it down. 1 point away from this first game. You can chalk this one up for E-Town. I don't think there's any way that Central Hardon's going to come back with 15 points here. So Leah Hagen back to put an exclamation mark, jump, and she gets an ace. That's the way to put an exclamation point on it. Pop the ace. Both teams will now get up. They will switch sides. Did you get a shot of those guys over there, their shirts off? How about it, Austin? Did you get a shot of them? I didn't have a chance to take a look at the monitor. Maybe you did. Okay. We've got also some fans of E-Town. They're actually not content to stay back behind the Central people, so they're actually moving over in North to get a better view. Well, let's see. If we look at this, what does Central have to do? First of all, they're going to have to get Amanda Thomas into the game more often. In other words, that front row. And what you're up against is not only Paige Melito, who's an excellent player, but you're Leah Hagen. Leah Hagen, let's see. She's 5'7", playing like she's 5'10". Up there, and she's not trying to get really close to the net. She's about a yard and a half off the net. When she pops up, she's smacking the ball really terrific. You know, if I had to give an MVP to game one, it would be Leah Hagen. I just think that she played outstanding volleyball. So we got to see if Central can get Thomas in the game, and then the other taller players, Miller, and also Liz Mobley. They're going to have to step up and get involved. Plus, there have been a couple of times where the Central team seemed a little bit out of position. They weren't really ready to play, and then sometimes they just let some things go by. We need to see them, sacrificing their body a little bit, laying out, shooting out for those, trying to get those digs that are really low, trying to save everything. They need to play hard for each point. I haven't seen that happen. E-Town's playing a much more concerted effort, more team play, and again, Leigh Hagen, power play with her. She's outstanding. And if they start setting up Paige Melito a little bit more, then they're going to have some trouble. Central will. Jamie Hayes, back to serve for game 2. Let's see if it will go to 3 games. E-Town showed some good power there, and Central has always been able to beat E-Town in these games. Melito with a little dink 4 set for her. There's a set for Miller. That was Liz Mobley. Bam! Amanda Thomas putting a little bit too much smack on it. Went wide. Gives the first point of the second game 1-0. That ball went into the girls' locker room or something. She put a lot of mustard on that. That was Tiffany Goldman serving for the Panthers. for Amanda. Nope. And again, there we go. Liv Mobley hitting it long. So they're trying to do the right things, I think. They're just not getting up in the air, skying enough, not getting a great set. There's a beautiful serve there by Goldman. Little dink, didn't work. Thomas getting up, still. Melito pops it over. There's a set for, and a little dink, and is it on the line? No, Allen rules it out. 3-0. E-Town sort of reproducing what they did before. They got the lead, keep the lead. Goldman serving very beautifully, dropping down low. Set for Melito. Melito, and it dribbles right on top of the net. Amanda Thomas putting a drop on it. And it's got to go over. There's a little back set there. Nice move there by Leah Hagan. Over to Dickerson. Amanda Thomas gets a chance, and she knocks it out. Amanda smacking the net, angry with herself. You know, she knows what she can do, and she's not doing it right now. 4-0. Trying for the angle, but, you know, not doing a very good job. There is a bad mistake there. Unable to take advantage of the set. 5-0. E-Town climbing up into game 2. This is, if they keep going like this game's not going to take very long. Whoa, beautiful shot there by Liz Mobley. Played the angle. Very nice. Back to serve, Megan Kelly for the Bruins. Lehagan sets it up for Melito, and stuffed back by Amanda Thomas. Sort of what happened with Melito in the first game, stuffing it back on Thomas. So Thomas returns the favor, because I don't think you'll do that too many times to me. Melito, nope. Back set over to Birch. There's a set for Thomas. Thomas up, and Melito says, hey, you can do it, I can do it. We're going to have a war between these two girls. They're both about the same height and about the same temperament. They like to win. Melito, back to serve. Miss Southern Kentucky, whatever the title she got. Well-deserved, and it goes over and almost hits the score. Leah Hagan laying out for that. See what I mean? I mean, she's sacrificing her body trying to get those shots, even though it's very, very difficult to get that one. Thomas, back to serve. Amanda needs to put some heat on these. Here she goes through her pre-serve calisthenics. That's right on that. There you go. Oh, dribbled over. And pushed over. Set up there for Allback. Lindsay Allback. Miller, very upset with herself. Wentz yelled, not too happy. Paige Cochran coming in for Alyssa Dickerson. Of course, Alyssa's dad, one of the football coaches, was at Fort Knox when he was the coach. I believe he's coaching this area. Woo! He's good. Too many hits. 4 hits. That goes 7-4. Central. Starting to make a difference now. Bringing in Tiffany Allen for Liz Mobley. That was a heck of a backcourt skill shot back there. Tiffany Allen back to serve. And nice shot there by Vilwalk. Kelsey Vilwalk. Puts the kill in. Jamie Hayes comes out, and Lauren Blocker comes in for Central.
back to serve, Tiffany Allen still, and it's 7-5. Central making more of a game of it this time, and they are slowly moving up on that Panther lead. That's right on. It's pretty close, bud. Stuff back there, Kendra Miller. Right there, perfect timing. Puts it right back down into E-Town territory. Allen, 7-6. This is a better game than the first game. Nice serve. There's a little short set. Goes over to Allback. And Billwalk just didn't get launched properly on that. Ends up spiking into the lower part of the net, which is obviously not what you want to do. Bevan Birch back to serve for E-Town. It goes up 8-6. Birch. Nice serve. There's Megan Kelly walked in the way of Amanda Thomas. She needed to either take it or get out of the way. That threw Amanda Thomas off, thinking that Megan Kelly was going to take it. Nice. Lauren Blocker doing a good job there. Nice set by Amanda getting up. They got to get up there. Move a little faster. Boom, Billwalk. She's showing a lot of power in this game. Hagan gets it over. There's a set for Miller. Miller, play off the net. Oh, beautiful try by Tiffany Goldman. Just not enough to be able to handle that. Goes up 9-7, goes over to Central serving 9. Kelsey Billwalk, ready. Showing a lot of heart out there. Had to pick someone who I think is really doing a tremendous job right now. Billwalk would have to be the one. Really like what she's doing. Back set over to Kelly. Set over to Hagan. Hagan smacks it again. And, we were talking about sacrificing your body. There was Amanda Thomas almost sliding out the big double doors back over there. She was really hustling. So they're trying to get these shots that are even difficult to reach. That goes back over to Lindsay Allback. She's ready to serve. Miller gets his stuff back by Melito. Got to go over and doing a good job with Billwalk. Melito not in good set position there. Set little dink. Could have been a shorter dink. It went out of work. Goes over to Hagan. Hagan doesn't quite get the height on that. Unable to. That's probably one of the first errors I've seen Hagan make. So Miller comes out. Brittany Pletka is back to serve. Pletka is not very tall. So she's put in for defense and for serving, which she does a very good job. Coleman gets up. Got to go over. Lipscout, Hagan, not getting a good set. Amanda Thomas not getting a good set either. Melito gets a pretty good set, but Thomas right there. Point called for the Bruins. 10-9. Brittany Pletka back to serve for Central. Oh, my goodness, what a serve. Boom! Jumping up Lauren Blocker. Perfect timing, smack. She doesn't wait for a 3 set. 3 passes, she's gonna get up there and smack it right down. Brittany Pletka serving again. It's a tie, 10-10. Beautiful serve there, and nice movement for Paige. Paige met Amanda Thomas again, and Amanda said, now it's my turn. So they're taking turns, facing off each other and doing a good job. Boy, we're going to see a heck of a match between those two. I hope they're friends afterwards, but on the court, you can tell they're not. Oh, almost a basket. Bevan Birch unable to handle that little rocket. Brittany, and if she had let that go, it would have been out, which is a mistake by the E-Town squad of communications. It goes up 12-10 now. Central moving up into game 2. That goes out long. Out by about an inch. Very close. Judy Walden over there back on the back line calling it out. Whoa, Brittany Pletka is on an official roll. We're going to have to call it that. 13-10. She's got that little pocket rocket serve there of hers, and she's doing a great job. Tiffany Allen back there talking to her. Saying, let's put I think she's telling her to get back away from the line a little bit. Keep putting that the pop on the ball, but get back a little bit when you do it. That way it's going to go over within play, but still have the punch. That's what she did. Bowman puts it over. There's a set. Nicely done there by Kelly. Megan Kelly with the best kill I've seen of her be able to do during all of the matches that we've been able to watch Central do. I thought she did an excellent job there. 14-10, Central moving up on the T-Town squad in game 2. Melito has to just get it over, unable. Amanda Thomas up, pops it, gets the kill. Thomas versus Melito. You're going to see that over and over. E-Town calls timeout. Time to talk it over. Ice Brittany Pletka, who doesn't seem to be stoppable and is starting to put those little cannon shots over there, and that's upsetting the rhythm of the E-Town team. They're not able to handle that or take advantage of it. Coaches for the Bruins are Wendy Boglin, Rita Highball, Bill Reneker, and Jeff Brady. Reneker's out there right now. They are working with their team at the present time. And then for the coaches for Econ Panthers, we've got Dave Brusky, Marty Stufflebeam, whose daughter Colleen played up for the Econ Panthers last time. Jennifer Weaver is also with them. So they're back. They're getting ready to start. And Brittany Pletka still serving. Well, let's see if that call iced Pletka down. That's one of the purposes of calling a timeout sometimes, is maybe to disrupt the rhythm of the server, just like you would do in basketball. You call a timeout at a critical time for a free throw, hoping to ice the free throw player. Make them think about it a little bit. This time, Ivan Kernuk is holding up the play a little bit. Let's see how she does. Nope, that didn't ice her too much. Melito, position, and it goes out. 16-10. Melito says, my fault. She points to me. I did it. Still popping it over. Oh. Paige Cochran trying to backhand it. Wasn't able to do it. 17-10. Well, we're sort of seeing a reverse of game 1. Central starting to move up on the Panthers, and the Panthers taking the first game easily. Again, the Panthers disjointed, out of sorts, unable to handle this Pletka. Well, certainly we have to give Brittany Pletka a nod for MVP for game 2, because she has single-handedly brought these Bruins back up here. There's a little bit of a dink. It goes out. But I either called it in or they called Central into the net. But anyway, whatever it is, it goes 11 serving 18. Dickerson comes in for Paige Cochran, who is giving some high fives that will probably hurt people. She's pumped up. Back to serve is the all-star, Leah Hagan. Leah says, I can do what Brittany did and will prove it. There she powers it over, but too much. Goes 19-11. She does power it over, but smartly. Liz Mobley coming in, also Jamie Hayes coming in, Tiffany Allen sitting down, and Lauren Blocker will sit down. Back to serve will be Jamie Hayes. Let's see if Jamie Hayes can repeat just some of the service success. Up there, Amanda Thomas. Perfect timing, smacking it down. On to E-Town, 20-11. Interesting. This game is
a mirror image almost of the first one, except it's reversing how the game's going. Leah Hagan does a full somersault. There's a set for Thomas. Thomas smacks it out of bounds. She had the right power, the right speed, and the right height. Angle was too powerful. That goes 12 serving 20. Back is Goman, Tiffany Goman. Tiffany Goman, 5'6", a senior. And, boy, pretty poor defense there. Kelsey Zilwalk. I'm not so sure that Kelly Peters, the libero, had a play on that or not, but it was probably in between them and difficult to play. 13 serving 20. There it is. It was, again, a little bit difficult. Amanda gets up, takes the shot. There's a set for Melito. Melito gets the shot, and I don't know if you saw that, but Thomas did an amazing acrobatic move, laying down, laying flat back with her knees down. That was odd. I can't even explain it. We had a replay. We replay that show. What incredible stuff it was. Boom! This time Mobley puts a little pop to it, brings it back in 21-14. Quite a few. They're going to have a difficult time coming up to it. Back to serve is Kelly. It's going to go low, and Dickerson did not get to it fast enough. That goes up 22-14. I think we've got a chance to go to Game 3, and that's what we all hope for anyway. Timeout calls by E-Town. Hoping to mess up Megan Kelly's rhythm. Well, this has been an amazing game and an absolute mirror flip-flop of what happened in Game 1. It looked like E-Town was all set to run away with this. But Central, they have a history of bringing home the bacon in this district tournament. So, and they proved that. And they are getting Amanda Thomas. Amanda Thomas is maybe on a slight edge against Paige Melito in their face-off. She's doing a good job, but they're also getting some play, some very good play by Vilwalk and some of the other players on the team. Kelly Peters had one of the best kill shots I've seen her be able to put together. So now with Mobley in the front. Peters set up for Devin Birch. Gets the point. It'll be 15 serving 22. The E-Town squad sort of does their little stand-up bow on that for the point. Paige Melito, 5'10". Serving. It's going to be right on close. They got to go over. Nice play off the net. That was a beautiful play there. But right there, Vilwalk up where she needed to be. Stuffs it back, 23-15. I'll make a hasty prediction. We're going to go to Game 3. Here we go, Amanda Thomas. Amanda Thomas, also known to be a pretty good server herself. Smacks it over deep and unable to handle it. I think they were thinking about letting it go and decided to play it. Good thing you did. It would have dropped in. 24-15, Game 2, about to come over to the E-Town Panthers. Central Hardon Bruins. Here we go. Thomas back to serve. Smacks it. Long. There's not going to be a very good set there, but Allback takes it. Little dink shot goes right in the middle. That puts it 25-15. Game 2 goes to the Bruins. That was about the same score as the first one, which what the Panthers won. So now we go to a critical game. We're going to Game 3, which is what we were hoping to do, is be able to come to Game 3 for this district championship. We've got a couple of representative players there who will take the flip and decide on which side they want. I think we're going to stay on the same side. women's like the other side, so the teams will wholesale get up, move, and switch out. And the E-Town fans get up and move to the other side.
This announcement for the players of Central Hardon volleyball players. Please take good to see Andy.
Well, I just want you to remind you that this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And for those of you who must know that this is a very serious disease affecting 1 of 4 women, and you're bound to know a woman who's been affected by breast cancer. So wear your pink in honor of breast cancer, and more, the best thing to do would be to donate to helping to eradicate this disease, which is really hurting the women of this nation. So help out wherever you can, especially this month, October. There's going to be a large march in Louisville on the 22nd, so I could see a lot of people there. I'll be there. My daughter Lauren will be there, and my grandson Hendrix will be there. So we'll be enjoying the walk. Well, this is exciting. A game apiece. It's going to come down to who's got the energy, who's got the desire, who's ready to sacrifice their body. And I must say that Central started to sort of do what I was saying, is that they were really going for every point as much as they could. The shirtless boys on the far side over there have got the E-Town fans up off on their feet and cheering loudly. Last night they had an alternate shade of purple on, and this time they're using sort of a dark, it looks almost gray. I think they probably tried for purple, but it didn't quite work. E-Town fans up, cheering on their team. We'll see if it works. Central, both teams showing a lot of camaraderie, getting ready to start. They come out of the chute early, ready to play. This should be a lot of fun. As we said, Central has a dynasty here. They've been able to pull this district championship off 4 times in a row. This will be the 5th time in a row for them. So they've been there. They know what it takes. And I'm sure E-Town is hungry to be there. E-Town with a very good team. Didn't play as well as they have in past years, but nevertheless, they're going to make an effort out of it. So we'll see if this game comes down to something close. Both teams sort of got their jitters out of the way now. Nice dig. Top. Kelly smacking it over. Hagan gets the corner and the drop. Plays the angle just perfectly. Panthers go up 1-0 with Lindsay Allback. Back to serve for the Panthers in a critical game 3. Goes over to Amanda Thomas. He gets his stuff back in her face by Paige Melito. Chalk up 1 for Melito, and we ought to keep a running total. Melito-Thomas confrontation. You know that they're going to be at each other's net. Thomas backs it over. Page up for the shot. Gets the kill. Melito, quite an athlete. I noticed she's wearing one stocking. It could be a compression stocking or something. Maybe, I don't know if she has a problem with cramps or something, and I didn't notice that before, but she seems to have one purple stocking on. It could be just something for luck. Who knows? There's a little blooping shot. Lays it out 3-0. Here the Panthers are coming up. Central will bring in Lauren Blocker and also Tiffany Allen. Coming out will be Jamie Hayes and Liz Mobley. Thomas dinks over Melito instead of trying to stuff it. Deep. Melito goes deep. Gets it. The libero, Kelly Peters, very upset with herself for being out of position. But Melito knows what she's doing. She probably took a glance over there real quick and decided to shove it over that way. It goes 5-0. Panthers are up in this Game 3 district championship at Central Hardon High School. This is Dick Thornton. Kelly Peters, nice kill shot. She's on. Hagen with a little dink, but she's called for a carry. She did sort of grab hold of that. You can't grab hold of it and push it over. You've got to tap it over. So called for the carry. Jamie Hayes and Liz Mobley coming back in, and back to serve will be Hayes. That's 1 serving 5 right now. Bowman puts it over, set up for Mobley. Page tries it again, going deep. Amanda Thomas smacking it over from the midcourt. Leah Hagen saving that after Page yelling over to her, "We need your help." Back in her face, but Amanda Thomas says, "I'm going to try it." Smack. We've got a good fight between Melito and Thomas. Thomas smacking it. Oh, she killed it too far. I know she's upset with herself on that. That goes up 6-1, E-Town, on top by 5. Back to serve the irrepressible, the athletic, the MVP, Leah Hagen. Here she goes. Puts it in deep, almost gets the point there. It's got to go over. Central plays it deep, set up for Melito. Melito smacks it, partially deflected by Thomas. This time, whoa, Mobley put some heat on it. Liz. That goes 2, serving 6. Back to serve will be Kelly, Megan Kelly. Leaping serve by Kelly. Goulman getting that. Thomas. A little sort of a blue pop. Oh, nice dig there by Kelly. And Kelly had knocked it out, but Kelly was totally out of position. Good try, but Panthers unable to do it. 3 serving 6. Peters, or pardon me, Megan Kelly still up. Set for, was not a very good set. Oh, Vilwa adds a little smack to her game. Good dig, and Melito times it perfectly. Pops it right back down into Central territory. 7-3. Back to serve. Tiffany Goldman. Fun stuff, folks. Fun stuff. Goldman over Vilwa. Back down over there. Point goes to Central because they ruled that it was, no. Yep. Point goes to Central. Miller coming in for the Bruins. The libero player sitting down. Kelly Peters. Amanda Thomas to serve. It's 4, serving 7. Nice service. We're going to have a tough time. We'll have to backhand that one. Get it over. There's a set for Mobley. Set for Birch. Set for Mobley. Mobley out. Boy, you could see a little tiny hesitation by Judy Walden over the linesman. She had her hand out and then moved it back, indicating it went out. That goes up 8-4. Back to serve. Melito. Paige Melito. Point, they call Central for a carry. .94 goes to E-Town. Melito back to serve. For got caught off bounds there or Miller got caught off guard or something. There's a nice smack there by Allen. Oh, and a beautiful kill shot there by Mobley. Coming in will be Lauren Blocker and Tiffany Allen coming in for Mobley and Hayes. It's 5 serving 9. The Panthers are still up. Tiffany Allen back. Oh, it just barely cleared the net. All back up. Nice defense by the Central. Little going over in 2, trying at Leah Hagan. Didn't quite work. Hagan does another one. Deed would have won out. Toledo plays it anyway. Dickerson up. Dickerson, one of the taller players for the Etown Panthers. Probably pretty close to 5'10", I would say. She looks about as tall, or a little bit taller maybe, than Toledo. Back to serve will be Paige Cochran, and it's 10 serving 5 in a critical game 3 for the district championship. And stuff to back was all back. It goes out. Hagan wanted the point even if it didn't go in, because she thought that Central had made a mistake over there and gone into the net, I think. But Paige Cochran back to serve. Central needs to settle down if they want to get back in this game. Play good stuff. Boom. Power stuff. It's right on the line. Oh! Miller gets the nod. That was a good pop by Lindsay Allback. They were lucky to be able to escape that. Megan Kelly comes in for the libero. Kelly Peters. Back to serve will be Kelsey Vilwell. Kelsey powers it over. Threw him off a little bit. Hagan popped it over. Peters up. Nice little position shot there by Miller. Did a good job in putting it where nobody was. 7 serving 11. There's Bruins are still down. Vilwalk back to serve. Vilwalk barely clears the net. Deep, called in on the line. Lindsay Allback got the shot. Sharon Allen back there on the line. Motions in. It was right on the line. Birch back to serve. It's 12-7. Megan Kelly getting it over. Oh, a nice little beautiful dink shot that by Lindsay Allback. Brings it up 13-7. Beautiful play. Lindsay doing some wonderful stuff. Central calls a timeout. It's time to think about it a little bit. Well, the Panthers are creeping up much like they did on game 1. Central just a little bit out of rhythm here. And I don't know, it's hard to say. I'd say right now, I've got to say that the Panthers have an all-around effort going on from many of their players, and E-Town is putting on a very good team effort. It's not all Paige Melito. It's not all Leah Hagan. There's other people that are really helping out, especially Lindsay Allback. She's doing a great job. Bevan Birch back to serve. Central needs to get some points. Birch smacks it over. Oh, my God. It can go over. And they have a beautiful save there by Vilwalk. Well, the Panthers are having just as bad a time with handling the ball. Set up there. Little dink. Oh, it was a nice try. Set. Miller. Miller takes it. Boom. Got to go over. Nice backcourt spike by Hagan. Miller pops it. Little dink. No, she should have popped it. Hagan will smack it. Kelly. Kelly wins. Kelly wins the battle with Goldman over at the net. It'll go 8, serving 13. Back will be Vilwalk, the third. Coming in will be Brittany Pletka for the Bruins, and Miller. Kendra Miller will sit out. Back to third will be Brittany Pletka. Brittany did such a great job last time serving. Let's see what she can do this time. Goldman gets the kill. Goldman. Tiffany Goldman, only 5'6". Got up there playing a little bit higher that time. She's a senior, won't be here next year. Leah Hagen's a senior. Paige Cochran's a senior. Lindsay Allback's a senior. Paige Molito's a senior. Stephanie Pack's a senior. They're going to be losing a lot of really great players. E-Town will have a building year this year, I think. Amanda Thomas with a good set there. Molito not with a very good set. Give it to Amanda Thomas again. No. Goes over to Kelly. Hagen. She's got that down. Oh. Did you get that shot over there? You might have missed that. Oh, no. One of the players is hurt. I didn't see exactly what happened. I thought it was Hemers for a minute. I'm really sorry if one of the players got hurt. Actually, what was happening was Kelly Peters was charging over there trying to get the ball, and she ran right into Sharon Allen and knocked Sharon Allen down, the referee. I certainly hope that Peters is okay. She's on the ground, holding on to her head. She might have taken a little bit of a nasty bump, bouncing off Miss Allen. Miss Allen, I think Miss Allen didn't quite what to do. She was, I know she was trying to just figure out how to get out of the way and didn't really know how, and probably thought the player would come up short, and instead the player ran right into her, trying to go for the ball. You know, we talked about everybody sacrificing your body. Well, you know, maybe Kelly did a little bit too much, and I certainly don't want any of the players to get hurt doing that. She's staying in. Man, that shows the mark of a tough player. Holding onto her jaw a little bit. I think she got her jaw. She started moving her jaw back and forth. Coach comes up, gives her a little bit of a cheer. All right. We started back again after that little bit of excitement. Lindsay Allback, number 11, serving for the Panthers, 15-8. Well, even though they were out of bounds, it touched them, you know, and they actually stumbled a little bit with what happened there. 16-8, that was sort of a very silly mistake by the Bruins. Unfortunately, they may go back and not like what they see on that one. Back set, Thomas